machine. 4.5 horsepower. It did not come with a bail handle, so I just put one of those on. The unfortunate part is it also didn't come with a spark plug. That usually means that this is a parts mower when stuff starts flying off of it. Tank is pretty much dry. It smells like gas. I think maybe there just is a very little in the bowl, if that. So, why don't we go through a couple things to see if we have spark. You know what? Let's not. If I sniffle a lot today, it's because my allergies are killing me. Let us put this down, and I don't even know if it has compression. Let's put a plug in it though. Oil's full and to the right level, or almost new, so that's good. Let's see what that looks like if I see any fuel dumping into the carburetor throat. Oh, there's our air filter in there. That's nice. It sounds like it could, but it's just empty. Do we put fuel in there knowing that it might not? Why not? We could clamp. Behind my house, I have a area that's not mine, but I maintain it because it's just not used by the farmer that's back there, and I kind of don't want to have to look at barren land. So I'm doing this project over there to try to see what is the best way of seeding, and this might be a good mower to kind of put in the back, raise it up pretty high. I can just kind of push through. It's only like 150, 200 square feet maybe of grass. So nothing elaborate. Might be my new side yard motor. So far, nothing. So at the very least, let's move this right here. How's your view of this? Not the greatest. We'll be right there. First, we're going to need a couple items. And I can take the carb off. Garage puppy's going to be barking here soon. I can feel it. She's definitely a dog that will alert you of anything. Yeah, still nothing. I expect that, but alright. I have to take off the screws. So there's two things that can cause that to happen. Or a couple things, really. One is a pour seal around this surface, right here. Another one is a pour bowl seal. Another one is just a plug jet. So let's clamp off the fuel line. deal with this barking real quick. Okay, where were we? We were at taking off the carb jet. So, where did I put my ratchet? Oh, there it is. Not that I expect the fuel to be bad, but I would kind of like to look at the condition of it as it washes away some of the bowl. Or maybe there was water in there, and that's the only problem. What is it? The surface tension of water? Oh, it doesn't allow it to go through such a small opening like this very well. So, gasoline doesn't have that problem, obviously, but water does. So that'll also kind of cause a little bit of a hang up. Oh, it's definitely plugged. Let's see what the bowl looks like. Let's grab a semi-clean towel. I botched that with this. Garage dog is gonna observe. Ooh. That's not the cleanest. There's definitely water in there. So, I say we will take a look at the bottom here. It's actually pretty clean. Just blow it off a little bit. Blow the jet off. I have my air compressor set to about 120 psi right now. Jet looks pretty good, actually. Let's take a look at the bowl. Use the actual clean side of this towel. Just gonna wipe it out. Just take off all the dirt while we're at it. The bowl's easy enough to get clean. All in all, it's not a horrible condition. It was just water. Okay. Now, put the gasket back on. And it's just a little dirty, nothing real dramatic. This back on, and unlike Tecumseh's, these don't have a specific way, you just put them on. Just make sure you don't cross thread, or make sure the gasket came off the bowl to put it on correctly. The reason why I don't really want to do too much work to this is I don't know the condition. It turned into a parts motor or mower. I know I have a bag that fit it. Oh, garage puppy. Anyway, I know I have a bag that fit it. Let me take care of this. Okay, where were we? So I know I have a bag that will fit this, but I mean, I could take the plug out of it and put it in something else. I potentially just rebuild the carb no matter what and put it on something else. But if it's just a parts motor and it's been sitting outside, it may not come back. So far the fuel line's good though. The carb seems to be in decent shape. So it probably will work. But like I said, you just want to, you don't need to go 100% on everything if you don't even know the run condition. Later I'll put everything together right and whatnot, but for now we're just going to want to see if it does run. I guess potentially I could have just put a little fluid down the hole, spark plug hole, and give it a yank. But what's the fun in that? These you do not want to over tighten. It's on the lowest setting. I cannot tell. Let's spin this out. Oh yeah, very good. Much better. Let's see here. Riddle me this. This is a 10-pack with fuel filters on the internet. Now granted, I will give it to you, they're not probably the highest qualities, but those cost $18, so $1.80 each. Go to Home Depot, you get something that I honestly can't tell too much of a difference, except if it's like the ones that are meant for like Hondas. Those are actually pretty good, but I can't really tell too much of a difference. And they're $9 each. Not gonna lie, that's a markup. So we have fuel. We're gonna hopefully have spark. We didn't really check it, but as I said, this is not that old of a mower. The cable looks to be in good condition. I don't suspect there's gonna be a spark problem. But worst comes to worst, we can check that out later. If this was like an old snapper or something like that, then yeah, I would definitely test that. I prefer to work on older engines. In fact, I am going to be completely restoring an old Briggs & Stratton 5S here soon. I'll show you guys the steps. But complete sandblasting, new seals, new gaskets, tearing it all apart, repainting, conditioning the cylinder, new rings, and potentially a new piston if I can get my hands on one. Those are the hard ones. The rings aren't that hard to find though. And I also have a couple Wisconsins, but anyway, that's a different story. So I'm going to put this down, bringing this back. So something I did kind of forget to check, not gonna lie, is does he have a blade? Is it leaking? Oh, okay, good. It does. Okay, good. Parts machines sometimes don't have blades. The blade on a lawnmower like this is part of the flywheel system, so if you don't have a blade on there, it could potentially kick back, and that's not pleasant on your hands, or shoulders, or back, or basically anything. Well, that's at least encouraging. let's do that again, see if it can stay on. Did it just wash all the water that was a little bit that was left in the tank back in the bowl? So, good, bad news. The good news is it runs. Bad news is this is a hole in the tank. I have other tanks, so I'm going to put a new one on. So I'm going to take it off, put a new tank on it, look for the bag, put the bag on there. And I will bring, it's kind of shaking a lot too, so I think I might change or adjust the blade, sharpen and balance it. So let me go and find a tank, jack this back up, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so this is a clean container that's only ever had gasoline in it. Well, besides what I bought it for. So, to change it's really not all that hard. You are going to need 5/16 and a 3/8. There's a lot of something here. Water. Okay, whatever. So, let me take this off again, just for convenience. So I'm going to have to take the fuel line off. First, let's pinch it off again. And we're going to need a 3/8. There's 3 screws on the top. And the final one is on its side over here. It's a 3/8, and it has a little spacer behind it as well. So be prepared to have that fall out. So now, theoretically, let's take that off, make this a little easier. This should just come right out. Before we do that, this fuel line is good. This tank has been sitting there for a while just to make sure there's nothing else in there. Get that nice and clean. Let's put that out of harm's way. Now, let's just take this off. I'm going to be draining the gas out of it, but inside that glass container. I do that just mainly so I can double check, make sure that there's no water in there. I don't suspect there is, but considering there's a hole in the top and where I live, it's a possibility. So there's that little spacer. So let's take a look at this fuel. We'll probably run a whole lot faster with this off. And we're going to need that gas cap anyway. So water is heavier than fuel, so it will sink to the bottom if there is any. But also the lowest section of this fuel system is already in the carburetor. So just for good measure, I'm going to take off that carburetor bowl again. I don't think I put that much in there. That's that. This will go into recycling. And observe, oh yeah, there is water in there. So I guess let that be a lesson. Let's see this. There's water. We're gonna probably not use this anymore. And we're definitely gonna want to take off that carb bowl. I'm not even gonna bother to try to save it. I'm just gonna put that down there. Let that catch what it needs to. Water, the worst part about mowers. Go ahead and blow all this out one more time. This one first, just to make it a little easier on us, since the impact already has the 3/8. Find your place. There we go. So now, put these on. This tank has been in storage for quite some time. Kind of got a little bent out of shape, but we'll make sure that doesn't stop us. So, in a pinch, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to risk putting water back into it. But in a pinch, you can put that gas after it's settled back into it. I don't necessarily know what pinch that would have to be, but if you do find yourself in one, one would not frown upon it, knowing the situation. But like I said, I don't know what that would have to be. So now, let's put these back on, and the breather back on. Technically, if you were to have ethanol fuel, which that is not, you would, whatever is on the bottom would technically be both water and ethanol. So, if you were to pour it back in, you potentially would have non-ethanol fuel. To a point. Problem with that is the octane would be a lot lower. So I don't suspect you get pinging or spark knocking. You could, theoretically. What that is as the cylinder is heating up, this is a little different. When the cylinder is heating up, it gets the fuel inside of the engine hot enough to the point where it will self-ignite without even a spark. It's not so much of a problem with this type of thing, but vehicles, it's definitely a problem, especially newer ones. That's why, I'll put it in. That's why if you ever have a vehicle that says premium fuel only, it means premium fuel only. Okay, I'm going to put the filter back on, put more gas in there, and then I'm going to take the blade off, sharpen it, balance it, and then bring you guys back. We'll take a look at it. Okay, so here we are. I have the new tank, new plug, new filter, oil is good, new handle for the kill. I just got done sharpening and balancing the blade. Also adjusted the throttle a little bit. It seemed like it was a little low. So let's go ahead and give this another try. Okay, well, that seems to be doing pretty good. New gasoline, by the way. And I'm going to go find the bag, pressure wash this, put it on the internet, and hopefully it goes to a new home. If you like what you see, definitely comment, definitely like the video, and subscribe. I'll see everyone later. Bye.